It's not fair being a woman in comedy. Buy a f***ing club. Shut the f*** up. Of course it's not fair. Like, what the f*** are you talking about? Of course it's not fair because women are not funny. I know it's not fair. I know it more than anyone. People hate me not because I'm poor or ugly. They hate me because I'm yellow. You know, in China, the darker your skin means you're poor, you work at a farm. The lighter your skin means you're royalty. In America, we want to get tan because that's attractive.
Yeah.
But in Asia, we want to bleach our skin to be white. So that's attractive. People always tell me, I look like Lily Boy. Do I look like Lily Boy? Like, no, you're not pretty enough. Lily Boys are skinnier, taller than you, and have whiter skin. You need to go to Korea for surgery to become a Lily Boy.
Amsterdam is 750 years old right now, which means sometimes we have some infrastructure problems. We had a power outage today while we were shooting an interview with sensational comedian Jiaoying Summers. She's so generous with her time, and I can't wait to get into it. I'm Zack Newmark, and this is Dam Yankee. You're Jiaoying Summers. Thank you so much. Fresh on your European tour. It's so nice that you're willing to take the time out and join a humble little American podcaster like myself here in Amsterdam.
I love that. I love Amsterdam. I'm so happy we get to sit down and chat. It's one of my dream cities. When I was a little girl, I just wanted to come with my Prince Charming to be in the middle of the tulip blossom and in front of a windmill. I got myself a nice husband and a baby on the way, and a great career to be here in Amsterdam. I just feel very lucky.
I mean, it's your first time touring in Europe, and you're coming up right at the end of it now. But touring while pregnant cannot possibly be the easiest thing to do.
It's pretty tough. It's just not getting enough sleep because I am a big whale now. I'm so big I can't sleep. I just keep toss and turn, and I also still felt, even though I'm so heavy I can't sleep, everywhere hurts, but it's still better than the beginning of the pregnancy when you have the morning sickness. Mm-hmm. I threw up every meal, so I have no food in my brain. I was skinny and hot but dumb. Like I'm on stage, I can feel how slow I am. Now I eat like a cow, but at least I have food in my brain. Right. I can think, I can still be funny. So I understand it's actually better to be funny and fat than hot and dumb.
You are not fat.
It's a whale. And I accept what it looks like. I just eat. I just zing. I want a tiramisu. I want a pasta. I want eat. And normally I don't even eat carbs after 5. And now I don't care. I'm like, it's 1 a.m. I don't care. I'm hungry. Right, Dang? Yeah. It's very, I become a different person.
Doing this tour, are you incorporating the pregnancy into your stand-up? Because you already, talk about your other 2 children in your comedy as well. And
yeah. We talk about the new baby, and my mother, she actually wasn't happy I was pregnant. She's like, you are turning 40, you should not have a kid. I'm like, Mom, I just turned 36. She was 36. It's technically 40, And then I said, it's a boy. She's like, oh my God, okay. And there's gonna be a white boy. She likes, in China we like fair skin. The darker your skin means you're poor, you work at a farm. The lighter your skin means you're royalty. So she just excited about the mixed baby. She's like, it's gonna be prettier than the other 2 babies. I'm like, Mom, what? She's the worst.
You talk about your mom in your comedy a lot. In real life, off stage, is your mom funny?
She is.
Yeah.
She is unintentionally funny. She can't help it.
Unintentionally funny.
She's really funny. And it's kind of very hard for my mom to, I feel like nobody can handle my mom. She just, she's very unapologetic. And I'll just be like, Mom, I cannot wait for the new baby. Zing is going to be over the moon. That's his first son. He's going to probably throw the baby in the air. She's like, oh yeah, talking about throw baby in the air. Remember your old friend's relative? He the father works in Shenzhen and come home once a year, and he had a new baby, and he threw the baby in the air, and the head of the baby hit the fan. The head was blown out. Do you want dumplings for lunch? I'm like, what? See, she's like, it didn't bother her. I'm like, Mom, you just ruined my whole week. And now I can't sleep now.
And she just went on cooking food and yeah.
He's like, why are you so weak? What's wrong with you?
Why are you so weak in the head?
Yes.
You need more food because you haven't been eating very much.
Yeah, no, she didn't want me to eat. For like Asian moms, they'll call you fat if you are eat, but if you don't eat, you'll be accusing you that you are ungrateful, you don't like their food. It doesn't matter what you do, you're wrong.
This is kind of the complicated relationship that you've always had with your mother that you've talked about a lot, was this idea that, she always had these exacting standards for you. Are you kind of like that with your kids, or are you breaking the cycle?
I'm a little weak with my kids because I think my mother, she had a really tough life, and she's a very strong woman. She's a hard worker, and I felt that she see myself as an extension of herself, and she want me to have the things that she never had. She want me to be beautiful, smart, successful, and wealthy, in charge. But she doesn't think happiness is a factor for human beings, that people should be happy. She think happiness comes with success, but it doesn't. So I spend my whole life trying to, I value myself. If the value I produce is my self-worth. If I don't produce value, I don't see self-worth. I don't see myself alone as someone who's worthy of being loved. And it's a sickness. It's very painful. So now I realize that, all I want for my children, I just want them to be good kids. I want them to be kind. I want them to have the ability and generosity to be able to make friends and be good to society. Then I just want them to be happy. I think it's more important than success. Hopefully, I want them to be successful, but I want them to learn how to work hard and be a good human, and then just be happy. That's what I felt, that it's hard for me to feel happiness, because I don't think I'm worthy of happiness if I don't achieve something. If I achieve something, I'm happy for probably 2 days. Then I felt like, okay, what do I do now to be useful, to be valuable? And
it's got to be, one achievement after another. It's not just, a sort of ongoing success isn't enough. It's got to it has to a higher mountain I have to climb. I think it's just the way I was raised by my mother, that my self-worth is attached to my achievements. If I don't have any achievements, I'm worthless. But you have so many achievements already at this point. I mean, you moved out to the States exactly half your life ago, not speaking a word of English, or barely speaking a word of English, is how you've described it before. Yeah, I think I was speaking English, but nobody understood me. I probably don't. My English is like my husband's Chinese right now. Yeah, it's not working. But, since then, just in 18 years, you've gone through an earlier marriage and a divorce. You started your career in performing. You started your career as an actress. You started in stand-up comedy. You own 2 comedy clubs. And you own a production studio or a production house, and on top of that, a podcast as well. At what point is it going to be, okay, I'm doing fine? I think she definitely want me to be for my mom, think about success. I don't think it ever will be enough. I have to make peace with myself. I definitely is a student of, I love to learn. I want to improve myself with the craft. We're actually planning to do my second hour in October this year, my second hour special. Writing my books right now, my memoir, and I'm writing a TV show currently. It's wrapping up, inspired by my real life, and I'm writing a few movies also that I have work in progress. I'm also making a baby. I'm literally growing a penis right now. Yes. So I think I'm doing a lot, but I don't know what is going on with me. I think that's the dark side of very, very tough parenting is sad. Yeah. Have you always been like that, or is this something that that's just kind of hitting you on this trip right now? Oh, I've always been like this. It's always been, it drives me move forward. I have a lot of ambition, and I work very hard, but also I don't feel success. I don't feel it. It's very hard for me to feel it. I mean, my husband has been trying to make me happy, want me to see the things I have, but it's been hard. It's what I struggle the most, rising, I think. Yeah. And you said you're doing your second hour. Your first hour, what species are you? It's really funny.
Thank you.
And I'm just curious, at what point, did you decide to go forward with that special, and what was the deciding factor to do a second one after that's coming up next?
I have been writing a lot. I have a lot of materials, and the first one I made a deal with a production company that wasn't really ideal for me, and I had to do it. So I gave it some of my materials, and obviously because of it's so important for a comedian to have a massive following to sell tickets, and I couldn't post my materials, my real materials, because you have to sign up with a studio. You can't. So I started to talk to my audience, the front row. After a show, I'll do 1 hour material, and after my show, I'll talk to the front row and some crowd work stuff. Then I'll post those, and they turn out to be very successful. So I wanted to incorporate them with my my materials to ask the audience, what species are you? Kind of like a way to showcase that how bizarre racism is because we are all different kind of species, like avatars,
Right.
You live in the water, you live in the sky, you live in the mountain, you live in the forest. We're different color, but we are the same. But for my second hour, is definitely my heart and soul. Is my life story. There's no crowd work. It's all materials. It's my life journey. So I'm very excited because it'll be my own project, and that's really, really exciting.
What species are you, aside from, I would say correct me if I'm wrong, maybe like 10 or 15 minutes of crowd work that's kind of mixed into
minutes,
it.
Yeah.
Or so. But then, watching it, there's also, I felt like a lot of one-liners, and a lot of that is your new special. Is it going to also be, sort of more one-liners, or do you start going into more storytelling down that road?
Yeah, it definitely more storytelling. Yeah, a lot of storytelling.
Because stand-up comedy isn't, it's not known as being the art form in China, certainly, I assume not in a village in China where you grew up. So what was the push for you to get into comedy? Who are these comedians?
There's no stand-up in China. I've never heard of it. I don't know there's a thing called stand-up. I didn't even know I was pursuing acting in Hollywood. I think it was when I auditioned for John Singleton, the director, and he was impressed about my audition. He asked me to improv, and I just started saying things that he found out really funny. And he said, "You should try stand-up. You are going to be a star." I was like, what is stand-up? He just stood up and he showed me a clip of Ali Wong. He's like, "This is stand-up." I was like, "Okay, do I have the job?" He's like, "No, get out of my office. I don't understand the word you said, bitch. But you're very funny. You should try stand-up." So that's the first time I started researching stand-up. I started to study it and realize that, I've been doing it my whole life.
I mean, are you somebody who, would your friends and family have said that you're funny?
Yeah, I've always been very funny.
Yeah.
Dark and funny, and yeah. But I've never heard that could be a career, especially as a Chinese person. Also, I was very, very happy. I mean, I'm grateful that he pointed me the way to stand up. That's launched my career.
And, is there also kind of a desire to do more acting as well? Because, that was what you went out to LA for in the first place.
Yeah, that's why I have
Kentucky,
my TV show in development.
Yeah.
I'll be playing myself in movies, and we have plenty of auditions coming my way. So definitely I would be doing my TV show. Very excited.
Is it definitely going to happen?
If I'm alive, it's going to happen. If I died, it won't happen. Yeah.
Of all the places in the world for you to move to when you were 18, how is it? It was, I think, Lexington, Kentucky, right? How in the world, do you wind up in Lexington, Kentucky?
I just want to go to America. And as a young girl, I need a visa. I need a visa from a college. And that was the first offer that I got is University of Kentucky. I don't really care. It's Kentucky. I know it's in America. If I'm in America, I can go to New York or Los Angeles. If I wait around in China, I may never get my visa. So it was easy. I just want to go to America.
Yeah.
So I can go to New York or LA.
And how did you find Lexington?
I just applied for all of probably like 20 to 30 universities, just every state, I didn't really care which one, just these no ones, and that's the first offer I got.
I mean, when I say how did you find Lexington, I mean how did you experience Lexington? Did you enjoy
actually it was interesting because I probably the first only Chinese person there, so I had to speak English, and I still have some good friends there. It's the people who was racist towards me are kind of like, a lot of them are Asian people, and it's kind of interesting. I didn't really, I wasn't planning on staying there. So it was just a place I'm going to be, and so to learn English so I can move to Los Angeles. I don't really remember much about it, but I remember the good people in my life. They are still in my life. And I went back there to perform. I remember all the restaurants I worked at, getting bullied by people in the restaurant, and going back there, headlining the comedy clubs. It was kind of interesting. Then I found out my husband, he went to college around 30 minutes away from my college. So we actually got married there, in the courthouse near Ohio, Cincinnati, and Lexington, because that was a place that we were very close to each other. We never met each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of cute, but I definitely don't think Kentucky, Lexington was as bad as people think of. It's rolling green hills, is horse, there's good people. Yeah. There's bad people everywhere. But
no, I think ones. Right. I think of ones. The places in Kentucky to wind up, and Lexington is probably maybe the nicest.
Yeah, Lexington is nice. It was very cold in the winter. I landed there and they lost my luggage. So in the winter, I have nothing, no blanket, no clothes. I went to the dorm. There's no mattress. So I slept in my coat for a week. And it was very tough. And then I would ride a bike in the snow to work at a Turkish restaurant. And the owner, she lost some money, and she said I steal her money. Called me a thief. And then she found her money. It's just like a lot of things that make me grateful for being in a position of power. Now that I was powerless as a young girl, but I didn't give up. I just kept on going.
And how do you use that? I mean, you call it power. I would call it success and growth in your career. So if you're calling it power, how do you use that position of power for benefit, as opposed to the way that you were bullied or treated?
I definitely I took care of my family, my grandparents, take care of them. They make sure they have a nice life, provide for them, and make sure my children are getting the good education. Kind of invest money to fly my daughter or my son out whenever their school's off, so they can be on the road with us, spending time with us. Definitely, I am really, I really wanted to empower younger kids to know they can do anything they want. It's very important for me to empower younger people.
Do you see your children kind of following your path?
I don't think so. I think they are too loved to be doing stand-up. I think they have plenty of love. Yes, my husband spoiled them. He loves them. They just have too much self-esteem to end up becoming a comedian. Yeah.
Zane being their stepfather, what kind of contact do they have with the birth father, with their biological father?
He's not in the picture. He doesn't see them. No. I don't think he's ever going to see them ever.
Is he in Shanghai, or is he still in the U.S.?
I really don't know. And he's not interested in seeing them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, it's, the two of you split up when you started trying to make a career for yourself in comedy. I mean, is this kind of that, how you like me now moment for you?
No, I actually just don't care about him. It seems like for me, if I don't care about someone, I don't care about them. I'm pretty sure he's pissed off seeing my face on the billboards, or his friend asked him, do you know this comedian? She's famous. I'm sure he's pissed, but it didn't bother me. I never even think about him. I don't want him to be happy or sad. I just his indifference. I think indifference is like the most.
Yeah.
Like the most. I think he's gonna hate me more if he's indifference in my heart. I didn't want to prove myself to him. I'm doing it for myself and for my children. And I felt really happy because the children are happy, and we get to spend time with them. Or the reason why I remember I was working so hard early on playing small clubs that I just pushed to sell out every show. I won't sleep. I'll make videos, make contents. I'll just promoting. I print out flyers. I'll go to the mall myself to give flyers to everyone. Me and my mother would go to the parking lot near the club to put the flyers in people's cars, and sometimes they'll be like yelling at us. We have to run away. And that's what I did. It's very, but the reason why I do it is because I don't want to end up being this comedian who tour the clubs for the rest of her life, don't see my kids. I want to have them on my private jet and going to do arenas all over the world. I want to spend every waking moment with them. I want to do it in a few years. I don't want to do it in 20, 40 years.
Did you think about bringing them on this trip with you?
We thought about bringing my daughter, but everything was already booked. With I had some back issues when I was in Vegas. I think I got up too fast and I hit my back right before I come here. So I was on a wheelchair. So my husband, he's like, I have to make sure I take care of you. You know, we wouldn't have, I have one person, I had to take care of you. And so we can't bring the kid, because normally if I am healthy, we can have the kid. So we regret that, because I recover very fast. I'm very resilient. I have the best immune system and I never get sick. I'm the last person to get sick. I gave COVID to everyone. I never got COVID. I'm serious. So I recovered real fast. And now he's like, I regret we should have brought our daughter. I said, I know. She'll make everything better.
Right.
Yeah, but next time we definitely, first of all, we got home. We will stay home for a day. We go to Dallas. May 1st, May 2nd, we are going to take the kids with us so they can be there with us for the weekends.
In Dallas. And then off to LA for the Netflix.
Yeah, I definitely want to take my daughter too, because she can still easy to snatch. She's 5 and we don't have to report that she's attendance and blah blah. My son is in 1st grade, so the attendance thing is a kind of a problem, you know.
Right.
If you miss enough classes, but our daughter we'll snatch her.
Yeah.
We'll take her with us.
How is what you've been going through? How does that actually wind up affecting your comedy and take an impact on the jokes that you do and the storytelling that you do?
Is all of the pain. I think they make things have depth. I always think about how much pain I experience, how much pain I unfortunately inflict on myself, how much I don't feel happiness. I am dying trying to feel the happiness I deserve to feel. I think they reflect in my comedy. Even a very simple joke, when I was bullied in school as a little girl, I found out that the boy who bullied me, he's afraid of snakes. I caught 3 snakes and they were poisonous. And I was pissed off that they didn't bite me because I thought they didn't want to give me the attention I needed. It's just so messed up, but like it's so sad, you know. You would hope the snake would bite you, so your family would pay attention to you. Be like, oh, you got hurt,
right?
You know, I think that level of authentic energy and people relate to it because everyone wants to be loved and seen, and that's what all I wanted in my life is that. And now I do have those 2 beautiful children love me. And my husband, my mother loved me too. She can't say it, but I know she loved me. Mm-hmm. I think so. What do you think, Zane? Do you think Julia loved me?
She called you the money tree.
Yeah.
The money tree.
Yeah, she called me the money tree. And then I told my friend who's a jeweler, Kao Chan, he's also from Hong Kong. He's like, ooh. Oh my gosh, she really love you. I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay.
It's an Asian thing. Like when your mom call you money tree, like you make money, it means like you're useful. We love you.
Right.
You're useful. Yeah, it's like again, being useful is what a person should be.
If you didn't really have comedic influences growing up because stand-up comedy wasn't known or wasn't a thing for you, who was it that actually became the comedians that were influential for you?
In China, I never influenced by comedians, but I definitely was very well read. I read and study a lot of Chinese literatures. I have a love for language. I like poetry. So I think because writing as a comedian, good comedian, it requires a lot of writing. So for me, writing is a part of me. It was the only friend I had. I would be sitting in the corner, writing. So for me to write new jokes, it's very easy. I can just write a new joke the day off and get on stage and say it and kill. That was a gift. I was lucky. I wasn't beautiful because I wanted to be performing on stage, but I was not attractive in Chinese beauty standard. So I'm the person who write for everyone and they perform. I just write.
And then
my father was funny. He's drunk, but he's funny. He's just naturally funny.
Your father?
He's very drunk. Yeah, my father has always been drunk.
Yeah.
He's an alcoholic, which he gave it to me. But he stopped drinking. And
do you still talk to your father?
Yes. My father stopped drinking, I think, 3 years ago. Yeah. I talk to him and I take care of him. He's doing well now. He's sober. I remember my father was very funny. He's also very knowledgeable. He just spent all his talent just drinking and reading. He's good with math and knows all the culture and arts and world wars. And he's a scholar, but he just very drunk. But
yeah,
he's unintentionally funny. My father is humorous. Nobody care about how funny he is, but he's always been funny. And people would make fun of me like, "Hey, you are so lazy. You're just laying in front of the restaurant, on the restaurant." They're like, "Hey, you're so lazy. You're laying in front of the restaurant. You look homeless, like a homeless guy." He's like, "Well, I sleep with the boss of the restaurant. I think if any other homeless guy sleeps with her, they're gonna get beat up. Don't you think?" He's okay with you make fun of him.
Yeah,
he knows his shortcomings, and that's like self-deprecating. In Chinese culture, is not. Nobody do that because we like face. Save face. Like you want to look dignified. You would lie to look like you have more money.
Right.
That's the Chinese Asian always wanted to be competitive and stuff, but my father just don't care. He's like, I'm a loser and I don't give a fuck. He's just like that.
What was it that brought him to sobriety?
I think when he was doing a high school reunion and I was on the news, whatever, and then it just on the news and his high school friends like, "Oh my gosh, this girl is just a pride and joy for our city." He's like, "That's my daughter." They're like, "No, you're a drunk. There's no way you can have a daughter like that." And then he heard that, he just felt that he wasn't there for me when I was growing up, and the least he can do for me is not bring shame to me. So he stopped drinking right after that, and he quit cold turkey.
Do you feel like he was bringing shame towards you, or is that what he felt?
He definitely. I don't care because I try to not associate people who hurt me because that is way too much pain. I kind of focus on hating myself 100%. I am really good at hating myself.
I don't know if I should be laughing at that.
It's funny,
so funny
right? But it's real though, right, Zane? Do you think I just focus on hating myself? Yeah, I would look up in the mirror. I'd be like, "Oh my God." I would just be trying to cry. He's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I look ugly." And he'll just look at me like, what's wrong with you? Like, do you see things we don't see? But I just, my self-hatred is so deep. So I kind of spare my father, my ex-husband. They don't really. But for my father, I definitely, I would ask him like, "Dad, remember when you were supposed to, I was in school and you took me to swim, remember? And you took me and then you never told the teacher I was leaving and you took me there, but I didn't have a swimsuit and you put me in the pool and then you went to drink and then I was floating in the pool until they closed the pool and Mom came and she saw that I skipped class and she beat me up. She took me home and I said, "Dad, can you tell Mom you took me from the class?" He's like, "No, I don't remember. What are you talking about?" He goes, "What? No, I don't remember." He's so blacked out. He doesn't remember. But that caused me so much pain. And then I go home and my mom beat me up for lying. And then I go back to school the next day, the teacher would beat me up because in China, you can slap your students. I had to stand behind the wall for a day for lying. It's like, that's just me on a Tuesday, that was right. That's why whenever I have my American friends be like, "I was traumatized." I'm like, "Shut up, bitch. You're fine. Shut the fuck up. You're fine. Your mom is nice, stop." So I forgive him though. I know I remember I had an interview with a Chinese press. They just don't believe I forgave him. I'm like, I actually do. I forgave him because I don't have any place in my heart to hate anyone. I hate myself so much. I don't have it. I can't find any place in my heart to hate people.
Right.
I just blame myself for everything. And but my dad definitely is a different person now. He's sober and he's taking care of my grandparents. And he looks very young. He looked 28. I think if you don't give a fuck, you don't age. Yeah, I got his face, so I'm very, very happy. My mom loved my sister because she's a pretty one, because she looked just like her. Yeah, my little sister.
If that's kind of what your relationship is with your dad now, have you found, a path towards, I guess forgiveness towards your mother? I mean, if there was
forgive her. She just cracked me up. I don't care. Rising. If mom says something crazy, I just laugh. Rising at this point. Like I don't. It doesn't, because I know I started to get in therapy, but I also learned a lot about how she grew up. I just felt like she just like when I'm trying to be a bitch, Zing just don't see me as this bitchy bitch.
Mm-hmm.
He see me as this little girl who was not loved and who was just don't trust in people, and he want to protect me. And because when you have a capacity of loving someone, you see them, you see the helpless little child in them.
Mm-hmm.
And I see my mother as this person who lost her father when she was 6, and her mother there's not enough food. She was starving, so she didn't get the food. Her brothers got food because they go to school, so she's starved.
Right.
And
with the culture of prioritizing boys over girls.
And when she had me, she just want me to not live the life like she had. She want me to be beautiful, powerful, and smart and hardworking, so I can choose which men I want to marry. I can choose where I want to live and what I want to wear.
Mm-hmm.
I think she want me to have that kind of power. That power is more important than happiness in
but
her heart.
if that's what your mother's definition was for what it takes to find happiness or to have a life that's worth living.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you feel like you've reached that standard? Your mother's standard
I definitely
yet?
reached her standard. I think I have reached her standard. But I realized that I never try to ask myself what I really want.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually have what I really want. I just don't appreciate them the way I should.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to find a gratitude. I always want to be a pretty girl. I always dreamed of becoming from this ugly, I don't know, like, what do you call it, honey, the worm? Turn into a butterfly? The caterpillar?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was always a caterpillar, and I was reading a book, this ugly girl who turned into a beautiful girl. I'm like, could that happen for me? Because it's impossible to know, because the way people look at me, I was just, I love the sun. I'm really, really tan. I was already really dark, and I had short hair. And my face was just like, if you have a squared face, squared jawline, you look like a man. There's just the beauty standard is so isolated. It's just one way of looking beautiful. Very, very light skin, V-shaped face,
Mm-hmm.
big eyes, and super skinny. And I was just have muscle, and I have big square face. I have dark skin. I have big lips, which was like extremely unattractive
Mm-hmm.
for Chinese culture. So I knew for sure I was ugly. I just I want to be a pretty girl. And I became a pretty girl eventually, but I didn't appreciate it the way I should. That to understand the diversity of beauty.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in my comedy, I definitely talk about the beauty standard. I want girls who has diverse beauties in countries like China or India or East Asian countries to feel that they are beautiful without getting, feeling like they are unattractive, unworthy of good things. All the things I ever dreamed of, they all came true. I want the children. I have 2 beautiful kids. Yeah, my son, his teeth is weird, I think. I want a big house. I want fancy cars. I want a loving husband. I want my mother to be proud of me and to be there to see my success. And she's there every day.
Yeah.
She went to, when I got to Asian Hall of Fame, I was inducted the same year as Margaret Cho. She was sitting at a table with a very famous celebrity, Chinese American. this girl's like, oh my gosh, Jiaoying, I'm so excited you're gonna do 5 minutes on stage when you get your trophy. My mom was telling me, don't do it. If you do 5 minutes on stage but you get your trophy, they'll find out you're not funny. They won't give you the trophy. I'm like, Mom. And then the Chinese celebrity was like, she didn't know what to say. It was like brutal. She's American Chinese. And then her friend, who's a white guy, is asking, what did Jiaoying's mom say? She's like, my mom knows that this guy is asking what she said. So she went Google Translate. She's like, my daughter's not funny when she say 5 minutes jokes on stage. They find out she's not funny. They take her trophy from her. That's why I tell her to don't say a word. Take the trophy and run now before they regret.
Oh my God.
And this guy was like, oh my God. My mom's like, you're welcome. I explain it to you. Like, she's literally, like, she's believing that. She like literally. But she was there. She's proud. She loved the trophy. She's like, this is
And
good.
how did the 5 minutes go?
I killed, but she's like, people were laughing, but I think they feel bad for you. Yeah. I'm serious. Like, she literally would say that to my face. I said, why do they feel bad? Like, well, I don't know. Like, they just feel bad. It's your night. They just laugh. Americans are weak and nice. I said, I'm actually funny. She's like, okay, if you think so.
Would you have been able to be a stand-up comedian without this?
I think I will, but it would just be a little bit different. My style will be very different. But I people just don't like. Sometimes people are like, did she really say that? I'm like, she also hit me in like, yeah, she did. This is fine. That's I'm used to it. This is her. As long as she's nagging you and making fun of you, she still cares.
Oh. I told you it could happen at some point that the power would come back up.
I'm very hungry.
I wouldn't want to get pregnant.
No. You're lucky you're not a seahorse. It's just too much. It's like the not sleeping is evil. Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah, no, that's brutal.
Yeah. I cannot wait. My husband can't sleep. He has to wake up 5 times to change the diapers for the baby. I want him to not sleep. I'll be like, how do you feel now?
Right.
Like, why are you so tired? Why are you walking so slow? I'm like, I'm walking. I'm walking, sir.
Is this pregnancy harder than the other two?
I think so, because the other two, I was not working. It was before COVID, and during COVID, I just home, eating and sleeping. And
I just mean like physically, was it harder? Or is it harder?
It is harder because I have to travel. I have to work, like if you're laying around doing nothing, you just go yoga.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is definitely harder because going on stage, it doesn't matter how tired you are, you can't show the audience you are tired.
Right.
Because it's disrespectful. Someone would fly in to see me. It's a trip. They plan to see me. And every performance, I can do 100, 2,000 performance, but every performance for every audience is their first one. And that's who I am as a comedian. So I would have standard that's very high. You have to be really like performing the best. It take a toll from your body.
Yeah.
So I think it's harder.
Yeah.
Because of we work very intensely. I only have 1 weekend off. That was when there's a snowstorm in Austin, Texas in February.
Right.
I rescheduled to May. And every weekend I was on the road. It's a presidency. So like that's how much I work.
You gotta take care.
Not just a weekend though. It's Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah.
And I have my Vegas residency on Wednesdays once a month. And my my Pasadena residency on Tuesdays every month. So
what was that on Tuesdays?
My residency in Pasadena, California.
In Pasadena, yeah.
So I would work on Wednesday and Tuesday and Wednesday. I would finish my show on Sunday. I come home on Monday, and Tuesday I'm working.
Right.
So like it's more than people who's not pregnant working.
Yeah.
Most people would like to do probably Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, but still, just the travel schedule alone.
Yeah.
Even for somebody not pregnant,
it's a lot.
Yeah.
And the time differences and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm grateful I can work. That's all I want is to be able to do what I love.
Yeah.
I look at the couch. Like beautiful floral couch.
You are so much harsher on yourself.
My mom's voice is inside of me. My brain. She's so funny though. She kills me. And she just always like out of the blue she tell you something really shocking. And then she just expected to be okay. Like, why not eating?
Right. You do not look like a big floral couch.
Yes. Thank you.
You know, you were telling me about all of this, like this constant travel that you're doing right now. I mean, that's brutal.
It's brutal.
It's really brutal.
I'm 35 weeks pregnant now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The traveling, sitting on seats and not be able to sleep is kind of crazy. And sometimes, the flight got canceled. Sometimes the hotel room is not ready. Yeah. Was there a moment at all where you might have been thinking whether or not to cancel this tour? The European part of it? I think is when my back was injured in Vegas. That was a week before the Europe tour. Yeah. I can't move. I was paralyzed. Mm-hmm. I was laying there. My assistant has to carry me. He put me in a wheelchair, and I went back to LA because I had to I think there's a show, whatever I was doing. I was in bed and I can't move, so I don't know how I would do it. It's bad to cancel a tour, but it's worse to give a bad show. So I was thinking about canceling the whole tour. Yeah. But my amazing masseuse, Frank, he's a Chinese man. He did acupuncture and cupping and all of the things he can do on me. It's shocking it did not work. I'm like, oh my God, that's the end of my life. That's the end of my career. The next day, I was able to walk a little bit. Mm. And then next thing you know, I was normal. I can walk again. I'm like, okay, we're not canceling anything. I'm going to go to Philadelphia next week. And I went to Philadelphia. I went to New York. I did Philly and New York. And then we came to Dublin. Yeah. Yeah, that was the moment I was going to cancel because I would hate to not be able to give a good performance because I know how far I can go. I can tolerate a lot of pain. I did not have pain management with my labor because I want to feel the natural pain. Right. So I know I can handle it. But if I can't walk, I'm not going to lay there and tell jokes. Which could be funny on its own. Yeah. But I just don't think that, yeah. Because it reminds me, there are two musicians, like two different music concerts, rock concerts that I went to that have always stuck in the back of my head. And you're talking about not wanting to give a bad performance. So the bad one, I'm not going to say who the band is, though I probably should call them out because I'm still like 20 years later super pissed. Yes. But there was this band that I'd been dying to see. Yeah. It was, I think, maybe even the first concert that I went to after I moved to Amsterdam 20 years ago. Oh, wow. And, they had one hit that was really kind of climbing. So more and more people were getting to know who they were. Yeah. I'd known this band for a few years, this indie rock band. And I was so excited to see them because I thought this is going to be the last time they play a venue this size before they start playing bigger and bigger shows. And they come out, they started the show, I want to say 45 minutes or an hour late. They played for about 25 or 30 minutes. And the singer looked like he was either nodding off on, one drug or another. And the other band members were all pissed off at each other. Oh my God. And it was the worst show that I've ever been to. That's so sad. But then whenever that band comes on the radio now, I'm like, nah. Yeah, because they're just is the worst thing you can do to your fans is to be obnoxious. Is you have to give the best performance. You die on stage. Yeah. Being a real artist, you are an athlete. You have to give your all, or don't do it. Yeah, and so then it makes me also think of this band Ween, which is a funny, very talented rock band that also has some this country album, and they've always sort of been these indie rock darlings for like 35 years. Been they were playing a show here, 3,000 people, maybe 2,000 people, one of the nice venues here. And one of the two brothers in the band had broken his leg, maybe I want to say 2 days earlier, 3 days earlier. Mm-hmm. And they didn't cancel the show. They did the show where the one brother was sitting down with his leg up the whole time. In a boot. Right? In the cast, exactly. Mm-hmm. Played a whole 2-hour set. And they were incredible. And, it was the most fun. And, it was great. Yeah. So, I guess if you had been still paralyzed from doing your back, you could have either been really tired on stage and died, or you could have done the whole show laying down in a wheelchair. Yeah, I think when I had I hit my hip one time. I was just on a crutch when I did Minneapolis. But the thing is, because of the pregnancy, I don't want to risk any danger to the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I want to cancel, so I can just be safe. Because when I'm overseas, if I have the baby, I can't come home for 3 months because the baby can't fly until they are 3 months old. So that was main concern is the baby. But if it's just me, I'll be fine. I can sit on a wheelchair and tell jokes for sure. I did that before.
You did that before?
Yeah, because I have when I was a little girl, I went to a zoo and my friend and I were gonna try not pay ticket so we can jump off a wall. But the wall looked very short from the other side, but the other side is actually very, very tall. I jumped off and I landed on my tailbone and it shattered my tailbone.
Oh my God!
I mean, obviously, when you're young, you're strong. It grow back together. But whenever I kind of stand up and smash it somewhere, my backbone, the nerve, I couldn't walk. Rising. Remember that time? It's my mom again. I was in China. I was gonna go grab my son because his passport was expired. My mom bought me this nice whatever. It was ugly, like it was ugly thing. The nightgown she got me.
Mm-hmm.
It was bad. It was really ugly, but she was very practical. I got it half off, and she was knocking my door. You have to try it on right now. I said, Mom, I'm in the shower. She goes, you come out right now, you try it. I said, Mom, you have my room key. She goes, it's in my room. I don't want to go get it. I'm like, your room is next to mine. She goes, you come and get it. She keeps saying it, and I was traumatized, so I just like ran out. I fell on my back. I said, go to your room and get the key. I'm paralyzed. So she went to her room and she saw me laying there. I can't move. So she carried me to bed. And I was supposed to spend a week with my grandparents in China. And we had to cancel everything because I can't move.
When did that happen?
That was in Beijing. That was around March last year or May of last year. So I couldn't move. I'm just like, but I had my wheelchair and the crutches that for me to perform.
And how did that show go? Performing in wheelchairs and crutches.
We killed a whole weekend of shows.
Yeah.
Amazing. I talked about the crutches. I told the story about what happened. It was killed. Because when your heart is there, people know it.
And was this a performance in China or was this somewhere else?
In Minneapolis. Right?
This was in Minneapolis.
Madison, Wisconsin.
Okay.
Yeah. It was great.
So, because you've also, obviously, you're no stranger to controversy, for any fans of yours have known, for years what you went through early after you opened your comedy club, where you were sort of attacked and harassed by this influencer trio.
Oh, yeah.
Over and over. You've had all of the issues with your family that you've made public, but also, whether or not you were going to be kept as a little girl during the one-child policy in China. And then this has also led to a lot of issues with you on social media, particularly with TikTok. Mm-hmm. And, is that still a factor for you now? Is that still something that you still have to fight against, this sort of censorship?
Yeah. All of hacking. People are like trying to hack my TikTok. That is literally hacked right now. My TikTok is hacked while I was in London on stage.
That just happened? Just
happened a few weeks ago.
Because I was trying to find some of your Uber Karen sketches to kind of, just to refresh my memory on some of your work. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't from here view any of the TikTok videos.
Interpol 4.1 hacked my TikTok while I was on stage in London. And my husband thinks they were in the same room with me. On the same network. That's how they hacked my account.
Really?
Yeah. It took me a long time. My rep finally was able to hold with the security team to lock down the account. They are posting obnoxious, radical things like, it's a good day to commit a sin, or like, count your money now before you go to jail. It's like some random fucking loser. But I know this person is going to die because my grandmother, she's died. She placed the Jiaoying curse on people who cross me. It happens every time. Like 3 years later, they be dead or worse, or have a brain tumor. I don't know. I feel bad for whoever crossed me. I pray for their soul.
I mean, you're not wishing that they die. You just know that they're going to die.
I know they will. I just want them to be nice to your family. Interpol 415, whatever who you are. Spend some time with your family when you can. I can't stop my grandmother. She's very powerful.
And maybe spending time with their family, maybe that is the torture.
I don't know. I don't know who that hacker is, but it's going to be a very painful. I think it'll be a slow death. My grandma is going to make sure this person suffer.
I mean, where do you get the stamina to fight all of these fights?
I don't believe in when someone is evil, because I've been bullied and I don't believe in let the bullies go. I want them to die in hell, burn in hell. I want them to feel the pain. Yeah, I don't have sympathy for bullies or like feel afraid of them. I'm not afraid of anyone. I really don't.
What's the line for you between defending yourself and bullying? Is there
if someone bully me, they are gonna go to hell. I don't stay at elegance. I want this person to go to hell.
Yeah.
So if that means I'm bullying them, sure. I don't care. I really don't. If you are gonna prove to me that you are a bully, you deserve the same treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
I think that's as good a place as any to kind of leave it. So
I believe in the Robin Hood. They should die. That's what I think.
You believe what?
Like a Robin Hood. Like we have to torture the evil.
Yeah.
They should get tortured.
Okay.
I can't do it because it's not legal in America, but I would manifest bad things happening to them. I don't even have to do it. My grandma is gonna do it. She's dead, so it's not my fault. She's gonna curse you, and you're gonna suffer. It happens every time.
Is this kind of your reclaiming of the Tiger Mom idea? This sort of, because that's what your podcast is named after that. And, you've kind of got this assertiveness to you. Are you redefining what it means to be a Tiger Mom?
I just feel like in our society, we believe in fairness, and we believe in, we want to protect the weak. We talk about it. We protest. But for me, there's a lot of things that bothers me, a lot of things that's not fair. But talking about how unfair it is worthless. It doesn't really make sense. I think the best way to do it is to work so hard so you are in a position of power. And that's how you can change things. You can have real money and influence to help the one who needs your help. Instead of like, it's not fair being a woman in comedy. Buy a fucking club, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Of course it's not fair. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Of course it's not fair because women are not funny. Why we're not funny? Because when there's a line up, there's 5 men, 1 woman. We don't have the same opportunities. Mm-hmm. That's why we're not funny. That's why people think we're not funny. It's not just sexist. It's always been that way. Women were not allowed to vote. We didn't have rights. But you get good. You become the best you can, and you can decide what's gonna happen. You can book a show filled with female comedians. Mm-hmm. You can change the game, but you have to stop bitching about it. You have to work 100 times harder so you can be in the position of power, so you can change it, rather than be like, stop it. Like, why am I not? No, you're not funny enough, bitch. That's it. You are not. I'm sorry you don't have the free time, but fine. Fuck someone. Get on stage. Do something. You gotta do something.
Is that the reason why you bought your clubs?
Yeah, because I'm honest. I don't play the victim, because I'm a woman. Yes, I am a woman, and I am a woman of color. I have an accent, and I'm not funny yet. I have to be 100 times funnier than my male counterpart in order to be considered in the same lineup. And that's how life works. Do I cry about it and write long stories about how people just don't allow me on stage, or I become good? I choose to become good. I bought my club so I can get better. You just need practice. That's just like playing piano, Put 10 years under your belt, bitch. Shut up. I know it's not fair. I know it more than anyone. People hate me not because I'm poor or ugly. They hate me because I'm yellow. It's unfair. But I just feel like it's exhausting to be a victim. And this is a victim mentality. Everyone is a victim. When I saw Meghan Markle, she was in Australia talking to a bunch of kids who got bullied. I got bullied for 10 years. Shut up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Disappear. Nobody wants to see your stupid fucking face. Just like, fuck off. Who care about you? You got bullied? By whom? You fucking victim. I'm so sick and tired.
Is this what, at the end of the day, what you're teaching, what you want to teach your children more than anything?
Yeah, don't be a victim.
Is this idea?
Also, anyone who want me to empower them, I'm like, I know it's hard, honey. Do not be a victim. Just don't be it. Don't allow that to happen. Because remember one thing, life is never going to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have to be 100 times better than anyone else. So you are more valuable. You can get in a position of power so you don't have to get bullied again. And you can lift up people who needs your help. But you just sit around and be like, it's not fair. Like, I'm a female comic, but when I'm at open mic, people just like, they don't know. But if you're Nikki Glaser, trust me, they will worship you.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was doing everything when she's 17. And people told her, you're not funny. You're a woman. You're dirty. You're but it didn't matter. She just kept on going. Then she became great. Now she's Nikki Glaser.
Mm-hmm.
She probably even never imagined the level of success she's going to achieve. But that's what happens when you are not a victim.
Who are the comedians that you look up to now? Is she one of them?
Yeah, she's also extremely sweet friend to me. She's very nice to me. Margaret Cho has been extremely supportive. And Thomas Gora has been wonderful to me. And I'm very lucky to have those great comedians I can look up to.
Do you look at them as mentors in your career? Since
I definitely would ask things, but like I feel a lot of love and support from them. And I feel a lot of love and support from comedians who's truly brilliant and have a great career, and comedians who's never made it. They hate me. Mm-hmm. They will make sure I feel very bad about who I am, what I do, and everything. And I'm like, I don't want your career. I don't want to hear anything you have to say. You're worthless to me. Like, the shitty thing you say about me means nothing.
It's interesting talking about both Nikki Glaser and Margaret Cho because their comedy is so different from each other, and their career paths are also so different from each other as well.
Yeah.
So what is it about the two of them? Because I don't think it's just that they're successful women in comedy that makes you look up to them. What is it about those two women in particular? I
think it's the way Nikki Glaser talked to me. She needs nothing from me, but she sees something special in me. One time she brought me on stage. That was when she was running the Tom Brady roast. I actually after she already did that. Which was
like just
brilliant.
The perfect 5 minutes, right? Or brilliant. Her set was just perfect.
She was amazing. And then that was actually after she already did the Brody thing. She was actually running for her Golden Globe hosting thing. She brought me on stage. She said that she's a fan of mine and she's sure I'll be a household name very soon, and arranging a treat to she probably spent 35 seconds, right, introducing me, Nikki Glaser, at the improv before got me on stage. Yeah. She didn't need to say it. And there's nothing can do for her. I always think about in this business, what can you do for me?
Right.
I can't do anything for her. She's like on the top. But that's what she sees me, and that's what she want to do to a female comic that she truly like in the mayor. And that's that what is like making me feel seeing, because she probably see me, she younger herself in her career, someone who's funny, who doesn't give up, and who's not a victim.
So then who are the younger comedians that you want to elevate?
I definitely see a lot of one of this girl, her name is Charlene Kaye. Oh my God. She's a music comedian. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Very, very, very brilliant. Obviously, because she's a female, and people call her ugly Bobby Lee, calling her ugly, calling her Bobby Lee, calling her loud and crazy. But I love her so much.
Do you mean people are saying she looks like Bobby Lee, or Bobby Lee is calling her ugly?
No, she looks like Bobby Lee. Bobby can't call any people ugly. Bobby's a bug. Every Asian look like a Bobby Lee. That's what people. It's just I see her talent. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I see someone with that kind of talent. I just want to love them.
Charlene Kaye.
Oh yeah,
so
she's great.
Where is she? Where is she based?
She's actually touring Europe right now. She just wrapped up Paris, and she's in LA doing Netflix Is a Joke, I think, early May. She's based in New York. No, she's not doing it with me.
Okay.
She did shows. I had her on my podcast when I was in New York. Yeah, I think she's going to be a big star.
Yeah.
She's actually, I admire that. I can't sing. She can sing. Mm-hmm. She can play different instruments. She can be funny, and she's a rock star on stage.
That's great.
And also traditionally, she's not very beautiful in Chinese beauty standard. She got a big jawline like me. She has really dark skin. She's a big girl with muscle, tall, and like she's not fat. She just has muscle. You know, as a woman like that, like in Asian culture, like, oh, you should be quiet. You're not pretty, but she's beautiful and powerful, and she's very talented.
You know, you keep talking about this with these beauty standards and, you know, the Asian beauty standards.
It's so toxic.
You know,
it's so real, though. It's like really real.
I mean, you see these this image put out so much with Asian women influencers, just all the time, just bombarding.
Oh yeah,
and it's in way I don't understand where it comes from because it feels insane. You know,
it's like if you
level
look at
of
the
it.
K-pop, like if you like K-pop idols, even the men, that's a beauty standard. Anything don't look like that is unattractive in Asia beauty standard. Last night it was hilarious. I one of two of my fans in the front row, they are Thai, and
Here in Amsterdam.
yeah, last night.
Yeah.
I said, people always tell me I look like a lady boy. Do I look like a lady boy? Like, no, you're not pretty enough. Lady boys are skinnier, taller than you, and have whiter skin. You need to go to Korea for surgery to become a lady boy. I mean, they are real though. It's hilarious, but it's like so true. They think being skinny and tall and white is attractive. That's what Asia thinks.
Right.
And that's really how it is. It's really toxic because all the Asian women are using bleaching agents in their skin. It causes cancer. You know, when all the white women, like my mother-in-law, my husband's like, Mom, why you have some like, red spots on your face? She goes, I just want to get some tan. He's like, where's some sunscreen? She goes, no, that's how I tan. I go red first, then I get darker. This is like, you know, like in America, we want to get tanned because that's attractive.
Yeah.
But in Asia, we want to bleach our skin to be white. So that's attractive.
Yeah.
It's so silly. That's what I want to tell her. I'm like, I'm a lady. Your skin, like you are a queen in China. Go to China and be white. You're fine. Just don't burn yourself. But it's so different.
Is there anything funny about Zane's family?
Yes. The first time I went to his mother's house for Christmas dinner, and I got really drunk. I said to his twin brother, I'm like, do you also have a big dick? You have big balls because, you know, like it's like a science, you know, you are twins. Would you have the same dick as my boyfriend? And then I realized what I said. I'm like, oh my God. This is the first time I met his mother. She's going to like literally tell him like, well, stay away from this bitch. But my mother-in-law now, she's like, oh yeah, their father also got big. They're like, Mom, stop it. I'm like, okay, that's my family. So funny.
Most awkward Thanksgiving ever.
Yeah, she's just cool. Like Deanna is like, she gets me. My mother-in-law, she's like a dude. She's a beautiful woman, but she's like a man. She's thinking like very direct. She's not like, oh, this girl is gross, you know.
When I was just starting to date my wife in 2007, I went over to her family's house after we had been dating for about 2 months, and her father had just woken up from a nap, and the very first thing he did when I walked in the room was fart on this couch, and then he said, "Welcome to the family," because he was so embarrassed in that moment.
That was funny.
That was just the only thing that he could think to say, and then that was that.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I love it.
Jiaoying, where can people find you?
Oh, yes. So on my social media is at Jiaoying Summers, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. And then for my tour is jiaoyingcomedy.com. You can get ticket for my tour. And we have info about my podcast, Tiger Mommy podcast, and also obviously my merch. We have merch that my son is trying to stand up. So those are for his rehab fund. You know, we got
the rehab fund.
Yeah, because he's doing stand up. I'm like, okay, Winston, I'll set up a cocaine, heroin overdose fund for me. Yes, we are announcing my upcoming tour for the fall. Is a big tour. We're gonna go all over Canada, USA, Australia, Asia. We'll be taking the new baby with us.
That's amazing.
Yeah, right, Zay? That'll be fun.
That's insane. It sounds insane.
He's gonna
vaguely
be carrying
insane.
the baby. He's gonna be a giraffe daddy. He's gonna be a kangaroo, right?
Kangaroo, koala, kangaroo.
Yeah, he'll
kangaroo.
carry the baby.
Yeah. What species are you? Is right, all over the place.
Yeah, all over the platform.
Very
now.
funny.
Thank you.
And when's the new special going to come out, and where can people find it?
We're going to film it in October, and then we're going to find out the best network
the best place for it, the best
yeah,
platform.
Who's gonna pay me more? Give me the best deal. Yeah, I need it. I'm just being honest. Look, I have 3 kids now.
Yeah.
We got, yeah.
Got mouths to feed.
Mm-hmm.
Jiaoying, thank you. That's great.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks. Dam Yankee is an NL Times podcast. The show was created by me and Pete Rizzo, and this episode was produced by Marcus Engel and Laura Bodger.